That's
Okay,
what you
now
need
I'm
to
going to
say.
freak myself out by seeing myself.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, I have to sit up. Y'all
Yes,
shouldn't have.
yeah. Be careful of the posture.
I was getting too comfortable.
Oh, babe, I literally was about to vomit, head out. Welcome to Lifestyle Profiles. I'm Wendy McGowan Ellis, and this week we have Jill McMillan and Christine Jurgensen with Kids Shouldn't Have Cancer and Avengers. Welcome, ladies. I know that this is a little bit of a serious topic that we're going to take on this week, children's pediatric cancer, but you two ladies are doing a lot in Frisco to help spread the word and establish your organization, so I wanted to have you guys on the show. So welcome.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you. So tell me about the start of each organization, and whoever wants to jump in first.
You go first.
Okay, so I am Jill McMillan with the Kitchen of Cancer Foundation, and just thrilled to be here. Wendy, thank you for having us. And you know, one of the biggest honors in my life is to be a board member on the Kids Shouldn't Have Cancer Foundation. We were founded in memory of a little boy by the name of Johnny Wade, who passed away from medulloblastoma, which is a very aggressive form of brain cancer. His wish was that no other kid would have cancer. And we, along with his mom and his family, Kimberly Wade and John Wade, decided with a handful of others to start a foundation on his behalf.
Okay.
We did that about 2 years ago. Or a little over 2 years ago, and I'm proud to say that we've raised almost $600,000
Wow.
in 2 years,
Yeah.
which is incredible.
That is incredible.
Raised an enormous amount of awareness and have been able to align ourselves with others that are unfortunately going through this same tragic experience, and that's really the reason why we called it this, is so that we could amplify our voice and just create and have a bigger foundation to work from, so that we could really work to make a difference and speak on behalf of these kids.
Right. Okay. And Christine, tell us about Avengers.
Well, Avengers is, I am the founder of Avengers, and it's based off of my son, who 2 years ago was diagnosed with biphenotypic leukemia. That meant he had two different types of leukemia. He had ALL, acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and acute myeloid leukemia. It put him in a smaller percentage of children, survival rate for children. He had to undergo inpatient therapy at the hospital, so we essentially lived there for the majority of his treatment. He did have a bone marrow transplant November of 2018.
Okay.
He unfortunately relapsed at the end of July of 2017. We had to start all over again, and he had his second bone marrow transplant almost a year to the date of his first one.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. And again,
And how old is he?
he is now 11 years old.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so we literally lived in the hospital for 2 years. So while you're there, you see so much. Your eyes are wide open.
Right.
You see children with so many different types of cancers. We are obviously, we know more about the leukemia, so that's our first priority. But at the end of the day, we discussed it. Evan and I discussed it at the hospital, and I said, that's it. We're gonna make waves. We need to do something.
Yeah.
There are so many people that don't know about
Yes.
pediatric cancers.
Well, and we were talking before we started filming, and y'all were talking about the statistics of how much money is put towards adult cancer research versus children's cancer. Let's talk about that a minute.
I mean, I'll just say a couple things. You know, just as a mother of two young twin boys, I mean, in seeing a child go through any sort of pain, I can't turn away from it. I have to do something. But when I learned the alarming statistics, that's what really caught my attention.
Yeah.
Things like the most recent drug that treats children with cancers was established in 1992. Things like, it's usually not the cancer that kills the children, it's the treatment that kills the children, because they're adult type drugs that are given to these children at lesser dosages, and 9 times out of 10 they cause other forms of cancer, and just all these other issues. So I learned that. I also learned about the National Cancer Institute only allocating around 7% of funding towards pediatric cancer, and all of that just made me think it's not enough. I mean, we have got to do something.
And in comparison, you're thinking we have 11 main types of pediatric cancers and over 100 subtypes of cancer. All of those are encompassed in the 7% of funding.
Wow.
Whereas you go to, pancreatic cancer, we learned that just pancreatic cancer is 5% of funding, but just for that one.
Right.
So you're trying to pay for all these research projects for pediatric cancer for just a little bit of money. I mean, that's 7 cents on the dollar.
Yeah.
And so that can't happen.
Well, and it's amazing that we're doing something about it here in Frisco, Texas. So I know that there's an event coming up soon for Kids Shouldn't Have Cancer Foundation. Jill, talk about that.
Yes, we started this foundation about a couple years ago, and the founder, the Wades, live in St. Louis, and there's an extension of us that are board members that live in Frisco and actually in Neuman Village. And I am amazed at what our community, Neuman Village alone, in addition to the city of Frisco, has done to just raise awareness for a little boy that they never even met. No one knew Johnny Wade. All we know is that there are so many kids like Luke Allred and Evan and many others that are fighting that we just know we had to do something for. So we created the Gold Party, which was a little event that we threw and put together last year on Labor Day. I didn't think anybody would show up.
And the house was
Little
packed.
did we know, my neighbor, Brian and Veronica Birkenstock, said we'll host it. We had 250 to almost 275 people come, raised $50,000 in one night.
Yep.
So we all looked at each other and said, all right, we're going to have to do something. So this year we've gone big. And we are hosting an event on Saturday, September the 29th at the Star. All proceeds benefit the foundation. And I think we are at 400 people.
Out.
And we are sold out.
And they're already sold out.
And we have a waiting list, which is insane.
So if you didn't get a ticket, you can still support the organization on Sunday, the 30th. So let's talk about that.
So Sunday, September the 30th, we're hosting I believe it's our 8th annual Neuman Village.
Because y'all started with that event first, right?
Well, actually, it was started by a family that lives in our community. They live in Neuman Village, and it's Terry Patterson and her boys.
Okay.
And actually, her boys are the ones that started the lemonade stand. And it started off with, I think their first year they made maybe $200 or so, and then it has just built to where last year I believe we raised almost $25,000. So just recently the foundation came in and we were able to work with Terry. Terry was following Johnny's story when I was sharing it and others were sharing it, and she just thought, gosh, wouldn't it be great if we could come together and create a neighborhood event in honor of Johnny and this foundation, just to raise more awareness. So this will be an event open to the public on Sunday, September the 30th from 2 to 4:30 p.m. We usually have anywhere from 400 to 500 people show up, and
I think you'll have more this year.
I hope we do. I hope we do.
So it's on if I remember correctly, it's on the plaza in Neuman Village.
Yes.
And it's a lemonade stand, but there's other things going on, or at least I remember that from last year.
There will be entertainment. There will be, you've got people doing these crazy fitness routines. You'll have kids dancing, and we'll have lots of
a fun family afternoon.
You got it. It's a fun family afternoon. I mean, you can give anything from
and bring your checkbook.
5 cents to maybe $20 for a glass of lemonade, whatever you prefer. But it all benefits the foundation, and I'm grateful to be a part of it.
That's wonderful. Now, Christine, is Evans Avengers going to host any events anytime soon?
We are.
Okay.
We are actually. Today we have a Kendra Scott fundraiser going on.
Fantastic.
We do. It's awesome, and they're actually creating their own Evans Avengers bar necklace for us. It's going to be Beautiful. It
I'm gonna have
is.
to buy that.
It's perfect though. Go with our outfits.
Great.
His favorite color is red, so
Wonderful.
so it's going to be a red bar. And then November 3rd, we will be having a fundraiser at the Allen Americans Arena.
Okay.
So that night is Marvel night, and we figured that what better
Yeah,
what better
that's
than to
perfect.
have a fundraiser that night?
that's perfect.
It's going to be amazing. But we're also going to have the DKMS booth there,
Okay.
so that people can actually swab to be bone marrow transplant donors.
Wow.
Wow, I love
That's
that.
That's huge.
Because that's another
That's
thing that a
impactful.
lot of people don't understand the impact of that.
Exactly, to be included in that database and be a lifesaver for someone.
Definitely 2 people saved my son's life. So I
That-
would love to pay that forward.
That is such a good point. You know, I think what a lot of people don't understand is just the importance of what it takes to be a bone marrow
Right.
recipient or transplant or just, you know, be a donor.
To be a donor.
And then also giving blood. I've heard from so many other moms. I remember talking to Susan Allred and her son Luke, and she said, you know, I had no idea just the amount of blood transfusions that are
required.
needed and how important it is for people to just, you know, everybody wants to help. And it's things like figure out how you can be a donor, you know, a blood donor and also a
Bone marrow transplant.
bone marrow transplant,
Right.
transplant
Right.
donor.
So I'm going to allow both of these ladies to tell you their websites so that you can help and support no matter what time of year, even though their events are going on kind of right now. You can come back. So Jill.
Ours is rather long. So it's www.kidsshouldn'thavecancer.org.
And ours, we have 2 places you can find us. You can go on our website, which just came out.
I'm so proud of you.
Yay!
It's evansavengers.org.
Okay.
Or you can go to our Facebook page. It's Evans Avengers Foundation.
Okay.
And we have updates almost every day.
Yes, I
On-
see
on-
you posting on there, and I keep liking. Yeah, I love it.
We're nonstop on that
Proud
because
of
it's
you.
easier to update pictures and everything else. You can
Wonderful.
hear more about Evan's story, and then you can donate on either page.
Fantastic.
So-
Well, Kids Shouldn't Have Cancer is a part of Lifestyle Frisco's Give for Frisco page as well. So if you can't remember all the letters in Jill's organization here, you can find them on our page, giveforfrisco.com. And we're about to add Evans Avengers for sure. We will add you guys as well.
Oh,
so
yay,
yes,
thank you.
Yes,
I
so-
appreciate that.
You're so welcome. Thank you both for coming on today, Jill, Christine,
Thank you
and
for having us.
y'all check out their websites, get involved, and definitely come out to the lemonade stand
Yes.
on Sunday the 30th.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
guys for
Thanks.
being here.